Existem destinos que você escolhe e existem lugares que acolhem você. São Gonçalo do Amarante, localizada no litoral oeste do Ceará, pertinho de Fortaleza, é um paraíso hospitaleiro reconhecido pelo melhor da sua culinária, pela bela praia do Pecém, da Colônia e da Taíba, pela prática de esportes radicais e com o melhor lugar para apreciar o pôr do sol. Nessas férias, descubra São Gonçalo. Existem destinos que você escolhe e existem lugares que acolhem você. São Gonçalo do Amarante, localizada no litoral oeste do Ceará, pertinho de Fortaleza, é um paraíso hospitaleiro reconhecido pelo melhor da sua culinária, pela bela praia do Pecém, da Colônia e da Taíba, pela prática de esportes radicais e com o melhor lugar para apreciar o pôr do sol. Nessas férias, descubra São Gonçalo.
And good morning, everybody, as we are ready to go here in Taíba, Brazil, for the final event of the season, heat number 1, round number 1 of the men. I'm Josie Ashton. Joining me once again, Sofia Abreu. Boa tarde.
Boa tarde. Hi, everyone. I'm glad you're all watching. The wind is starting to pick up, and the athletes are in the water.
That is right. So conditions are kind of starting to come in. It is definitely on the light side once again. Hopefully the wind is going to start to pick up. Tide is kind of at that sweet spot where it will start to fill in, and hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more of the waves as they are going to be going into the water. But before we talk about today, let's have a little look at the highlights from yesterday.
Back in Brazil for the final stage of the GK Kite-Surf World Tour. We're gonna look for our world champions here in Brazil. Every year we come to Brazil, but this is the second time we run an event here in Taíba. It's quite a known place in Ceará. It has a lot of diversity. We're here at the ocean side where people are riding waves on strapless boards, and that's where we run our World Cup. The place is pretty windy, usually every day. That's what Brazil is delivering. It's windy, it's sunny, good vibes, good parties. So all our athletes love it to come here. So coming to Brazil this year, it's a pretty interesting scenario for the World Championship. On the women's side, it's already been all decided because Capucine has been dominating, winning all the first 3 events and taking the World Championship already in Morocco. On the men's side, we still have 5 title contenders because all of them had their ups and downs throughout the season. So we have still in the title race Ayrton Cosolino, James Carew, Pedro Matos, Gabriel Benetton and Sebastian Ribeiro, who missed out in Silt and can still climb up the rankings quite a lot here. So that's going to be a really exciting showdown, heat by heat, when we come to the end of the competition. Every heat will matter, and every round we're going to evaluate, okay, who's going to be on top of the other one.
I think it's the first time I'm going to be competing with zero pressure. It's the first time I arrive in an event where I'm already a world champion. So I think it's super fun because I have no pressure. I'm just here to have fun and to show my best riding. But of course, I really like winning, so I will do everything to take this win, and then I can have all the wins of the season.
So defending my world title, it's kind of hard and good at the same time to be in Brazil because I have the pressure, but I have also it's really good if I win here, you know. I'm really used to this. I learned how to kite here in Ceará, you know. The win here is really good. It's one of the best places in the world for kite surfing because we have the constant wind every day. It's quite hard wave because the wind is super onshore and quite small waves, but it's at the same time it's fun. You can do a lot of progressing tricks on the wave with this onshore wind and strong wind as well. Currently just waiting for the wind. It's a bit light today, but I think for the next days will be good for sure.
Well, there you saw the action that we had out there yesterday. We tried to get a couple of heats going. We had to suspend and cancel those heats about 3 times because of similar situation that we have out on the water right now. Those conditions really are on that line. Right now is going to be Kelton Lopez, Simão Barro, and Teo de Manes for your heat number 1, round number 1. Teo yesterday, Sofia, was actually making the most out of the conditions.
Yeah, he was actually ripping yesterday. The conditions were really tricky, but he managed to get a couple waves and do really good turns.
All right, so scores already up on the board. So we have those 15-minute heats. So heat number 1 already on the way. Simão Barro 1.87. We have Teo de Manes with a 0.63. In the yellow, Kelton Lopez here on your screen. So backside. Simão is going to be in the green, and De Manes will be in the white. De Manes taking the win over there in Germany, Silt. So he is a man who knows what it is to be on top of that podium. But this is not something that we want to see. If athletes are running up the beach, it means that we are in a similar situation as yesterday, Sofia.
Yeah, for sure. As we were talking about, Teo, he was getting a wave, and he was really enjoying all the wave and doing everything he could, and he actually got some really good turns done.
Yeah, but if they're having to run up that beach, it means that those conditions are definitely on the lighter side, and you can see really having to push against and going down. That was Simão, and now here we can see Kelton Lopez on that other one. I can see our race crew is looking out there because they know it is borderline right now. If it doesn't improve, I wouldn't be surprised. We're going to be going into a similar situation as yesterday, and they will be canceling that heat. But when, sometimes being in that first heat is unlucky because you really are used as guinea pig when it is just unsuitable. Sometimes you will go out to give it a go, and if they see it isn't, they will cancel it, and then it would be coming into heat number 2, and so on and so forth. But hopefully Taíba wins will come with us nice and strong, and we'll be able to get this final leg, the double header event down here in Taíba of the GK Kite World Tour.
Yeah, sometimes when the wind is like that, instead of the kite helping you to get the speed you need, it actually makes it even harder for you to kite the wave. It makes you fall sometimes because you have to don't make the kite fall and get the trick done. So sometimes it can be even harder to kite in these conditions.
All right, so there we can see Teo That looks like a 9-meter drifter, and I am very impressed because it's light. So it looks like Teo is out on a 9-meter. Let's see if it swoops into shot. Yes, it does. You serious?
I cannot tell.
I know Kelton is out there on a 10. And sometimes, I mean, you were actually talking about this yesterday, Sophia, that, sometimes it's better to take a little bit of a smaller kite to be able to maneuver it, to be able to create that wind, than going out on a big kite that won't allow you to surf. Run me through that.
Yeah, when you're kiting onshore wind, you have to do kite loops a lot to help you get speed and position your kite better on the wave so you can hit the lip. But you need your kite to be fast, and sometimes when the kite's too big, it's the rotation of the kite slow, so you lose speed and you lose the timing for the right moment to hit the lip, so or do the trick, whatever. So sometimes the rider choose a smaller kite instead of a bigger kite just to have this rapid movement of the kite when they're doing loops.
Yeah, let's have a little look at the general rankings. Obviously, coming in to this final event so far, Ayrton Cosolino in that first place, Pedro Matos, Gabriel Benetton, and James Carew. Those are the 4 guys, together with Sebastian Ribeiro, that have world title possibilities. Because let's not forget, final event, this is where we are going to crown our world champions. Already on the women's side, we have crowned Capucine Delanois already in that top spot. But on the men, there are 2 clear paths. If Ayrton or Pedro Matos wins Taíba, they are world champions. Then the rest of the athletes, scenarios have to happen as we get through the competition. So there is definitely a lot up for grabs. And when you see the likes of Teo de Manes running up the beach, that's never a good sign.
Yeah, I was talking to Gabriel earlier and he said, I don't want to think about the pressure. I just want to do my own work and kite the best I can. And if the title comes, then it comes. But I'll just do my best on this event. So I guess the pressure is maybe with Ayrton and Pedro for the most. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, let's not forget Pedro and Ayrton are the only 2 that have actually won events together with James, Sebastian. They're also, but Gabriel, he got the world champion. He is the current world champion from last season. But in that sticky situation, that it doesn't only depend on his performance. I think that extra little bit of motivation for Pedro and for Ayrton, that it really 100% depends on them. One thing for sure, with all of the top athletes, they want to win no matter what. And I think that's a pretty good strategy.
Yeah, definitely. And we have scores.
Yeah, so we got Teo de Manes there. He has a 9.80. 503 for the top score, 477. Second position, we have Kelton Lopez, who's on your screen right now, with a 5.80 combo of a 267, 313. And then Simão Barros, 553. So very close in between Kelton and Simão. But Teo de Manes, consistent across the board. Medium scores. Obviously, judges, one thing as well, they would take the conditions into account. If you can get that wave selection, as you were saying yesterday, Sophia, you are going to get those higher numbers.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess Teo has been the one that's been choosing the best waves, the ones that has like a cleaner wall, and so he can do better tricks. And I won't say like Kelton is impressive because he's riding his backside. He's a heavier rider, so it's pretty tricky and difficult in those conditions. As a goofy myself, I know how hard it is to kite in an onshore condition when the wind is light even and the waves aren't that perfect. So yeah, he's been riding pretty nice.
Yeah, Kelton, a very stylish guy. Coming from Cape Verde, living out of Portugal. He's here for a couple of months this year. Always a character on and off the water. It's great to see him right now in that second place. Let's not forget, round number 1, the winner will go to round number 3, and then second and third position will go into round number 2. Just got some info coming in from our race director. It is very on the line, so they are having a look to see if it is suitable enough or not. So they are testing. We are 6 minutes to go of this heat, 15-minute heat. So waiting to see if this one will stay or not.
Yeah, I guess with this condition, it's like a lucky game. It depends on if the sec comes, if the wind is strong enough when you're riding the wave. So it's pretty that anyone could win. So it depends on the luck sometimes. And as I was saying yesterday, Simon rides a pretty similar conditions at home. He's from Costa da Caparica, which is onshore wind as well, riding to the right. So maybe he'll take an advantage. We'll see.
Yeah, well, obviously, also, he's one of the lighter riders. You can see him there on the ozone. Carlton here on your screen, having a little look-see. Right now, it is really one-hit wonders out there. If you can get a couple of turns, one solid or two solid turns. I must say, Artur Moraes, who was warming out before, obviously the local hero, he makes light wind conditions look easy.
Yeah, I was watching that. I was impressed. I was getting some tan at the beach and I was watching the guys warming up and I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna run the comp because Arthur was getting some good waves and he was actually ripping in those light conditions.
Well, we are definitely getting close right now. Just under 5 minutes to go. Still no changes on the scores. Let's not forget, athletes, they have 15 wave attempts. The top 2 waves are the ones that count. Teo de Man is on your screen now. First good turn into a foam climb. Another little foam, little hack as he comes down the line here and really just making the most of it. Spinning that tail. Really playing it safe and just going with anything that they have out there to be able to get some of those numbers up on the board. 4.77 for that backup score. Let's see how that sits with the other 2 waves that he had. Going to be in that vicinity. And here we can see Simão dropping in. Portugal.
Ooh, rotation. Well, as I was watching Theo, what I really like about his riding is that he has a really surf style. He combines maneuvers he links it very well, so he doesn't really use the kite very much. He uses the board and his the weight of his body very good, so I really like that.
Yeah, and judges really, this is 100% surfing. They are looking for you to use your kite to improve your surfing and not to give you an excuse to get to a different section. You can see here, really, just looping that kite so he has that power to be able to make that turn. Foam climb there, goes into another one, and then a little spin at the end of this wave so he can see the replay there. Teo de Manis throws that tail out, lay around. Nice ride.
Yeah, I like the bottom lip that he does. Like, he goes to the bottom, do the bottom turn, hit the lip, and do the bottom turn again. He's always, like, literally reading the wave really well.
All right, so no info in yet. So it looks like this heat is so far so good. 3 minutes to go. Obviously, the perspective we have here is a little different. So there we can see Matthew Lopez there with his Dubato Neo 12 meter. As he's getting ready to go on the left there, I think that's Pedro's kite, the 12 meter D-Lab. A lot of the different brands have different constructions, lighter, stronger, faster to be able to get out in these marginal conditions. But the good news is that the wind is on the up. Deman is there improving, a 5.0 for that last one. So 10.03, your current heat leader. 2.5 minutes left to go on the ticker.
Yeah, we're seeing that the boys are struggling a little bit to get upwind, but they're managing it. So I guess there's wind enough for the heat to continue and the comp to continue. So we're going to see a lot of action today still. We've been waiting for that since 9:30 a.m. and we finally got some better conditions for the guys to start.
All right, 2 minutes to go here. Your heat number 1, round number 1 of the final event here, the GK Kite-Surf World Cup in Taíba. Your layback kite fest, as we are right now with Teo de Manis in that first position. Second position, Simão Birro. Third, Kelton Lopez. So we can see Teo dropping in here with the white lycra. I mean, they are ankle biters out there.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, that was a good turn. I guess Teo is definitely choosing the best ways. That was a good tail slide. And then there's Kelton as well coming. What I like is that Teo is doing the most of the wave. He's doing more than 2 turns if he can, and that's really good so he can improve his score. He's taking advantage of the wave until the end.
Yeah, and he's really, he's being intelligent. He knows conditions are marginal. He knows he needs to just, push it. If you want to be a champion, you've got to be good in the medium, the small, the big, the perfect, the not so perfect. And right now, a pure example here on the water. Just linking those moves together, giving the judges a show, giving the beach a show, and getting this going. Nice. So he just throws the tail there on that one. You can see completely in control, even breaking a little bit on the wave to be able to get back to there, and even having a little chat to himself mid-turn.
Yeah, maybe you cannot really tell how light the wind is from the screen, but the wind is pretty light, and that was a very technical ride from Theo.
And we can see the replay there of Carlton. So we are getting close to the end of this heat.
Also, with the high tide, the waves are getting more mushy, so you need to choose wisely, otherwise you're gonna get only fat parts of the wave, and you'll need something more steep so you can get more critical and vertical with your turns.
And that is it. So that is going to be the end of your heat number one, round number one of the men here for your Taiba World Cup. As we continue on, and coming up next, heat number two. Let's check the highlights of that last heat. And welcome back, everybody, as we continue on here for your second day of your GK Kite World Tour here in Taíba for the Laid Back Kite Fest. I'm Joe Siasta. Joining me here, Sofia Obrel. What's happening?
Yeah, it's a pretty good day, pretty sunny out there. The wind is pretty light, but the athletes are making the most of it. Now we're going to have Gabriel Benetton, the current world champion, fighting for his second title. So I'm pretty excited to watch that.
And we know he's hungry. That's actually talking to him a little earlier today. He says it's hard out there, but he knows what he has to do. It all depends on him. We have 5 athletes that have the possibility, but they have a one mindset, and that is to win every single heat, because then you know that the possibility is there. So looking forward to seeing him out on the water, as I can see that green flag just about to go up. So heat number 2, round number 1 of the men. And welcome back, everybody. Day number 2 of the GK Kite World Tour here in Taíba for our layback kite fest. Getting ready to rumble because watch out, we have our current world champion coming out on the water. Gabriel Benetton, Luis Sosa, and Woodley Hall for that heat number 2. Green flag is in the sky. Let's go to the action. All right, so it looks like we're waiting for our timer to come up. But there you can see a yellow lycra is going to be Luis Sosa. In the green lycra is going to be Woodley Hall. And in the white lycra is going to be Gabriel Benetton as we start off this heat.
This heat we're gonna have Gabriel Benetton, as Joe said, our current world champion. We're gonna have Luis, which is a local guy, and we're gonna have Woodley from Australia.
Yeah, Woodley obviously hanging out a lot with James Carew, one of the Aussies coming down here. Gabriel Benetton, this man doesn't need any introduction. I mean, Sophia, you've known Gabriel for years. Tell me some details that you don't see on the catalogue. Come on, let's get the gossip going here.
Oh my God. I don't really know what to say. Well, for those who doesn't know Gabriel, he's a really sweet guy. He comes from a really nice family. His mom, dad, his brother, they're all really nice and very polite. I really like being around them. Well, Gabriel, when I met Gabriel, he was super young. He still is. But he was even younger. He was starting to get this very good rider, and right now he's current world champion, and I'm really inspired by him. He's always helping me. He's always very willing to helping me. So I'm really glad to be watching him fight for a second world title.
Yeah, one of the things we can really see with Gabriel as well is you can tell he's a surfer. You know, a lot of the time, even when he's not with a kite, he spends most of his year, like yourself, traveling the world, surfing the best waves out there. I think it really does make a difference because one thing is to learn to surf and another thing is to be born surfing. And especially when it comes to Brazil, we can really see with all of the Brazilian riders, there is that surfing background.
Yeah, definitely. When you're a surfer, I think it helps you to read the waves better and surf the wave better when you're kiting. Sometimes the kite is not giving you enough power, but you know how to position your body on the surfboard, and you make the board move still and make that turn without using the power of the kite. Well, we have like Felipe Ferreira from Rio. I see him doing that all the time. He attacks the kite, he loses his hand from the bar, and he still can manage to finish a good turn, which is really impressive. And if you know how to surf, you know how to use the power of the wave as well to do the maneuver. So if you're a surfer, you'll probably kite better because of that. But you can improve either way if you're a surfer or not, but definitely who surfs has more advantage.
Yeah, and one of the things, you know, looking at the judging criteria out there as well, they are looking for linking those maneuvers together. And one of the most important things that talking to our head judge, Paulino Pereira, yesterday, after seeing it, especially in these tough conditions, is that you use the speed of the board, that you are not hanging, you are not depending on the kite to get from one section to the other, that you really are generating that force. And we've seen it, you know, the likes of Artur Moraes, hand up in the air. That was almost interference there. That was close. I think he was complaining because it did look like Sosa was turned around in front of him there.
Yeah, I didn't really see it, but it seems like that. Gabriel was trying for that wave, and was that Luis? I didn't see that. Didn't see the color of the lycra. Gabriel trying to do the most of it. Looks like it's pretty light. And we see Luis in the back using his board, just like we were saying, to get the speed, to get to the steep part of the wave and make that turn.
Right, so we're just waiting for info to come in here at the moment. We do apologize. Continuing on with this second heat. as they are very tough conditions out there right now. And just got some information in from the race crew. They are looking at this very closely because, as you can see on your screen, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Wind is light, waves are small.
Yeah, and they're not just small, they're irregular, so really hard to read, really hard to choose. It's not like we have defined waves and defined sets. They come from all over the place, so you really need to be paying attention on the formation of the wave and choose it nicely and correctly. Otherwise, you're not going to get the score you need because the wind is not helping. The wind is not on your side here, but you just use your skills and use your techniques and make the most out of it.
And here we can see scores already up, so we do apologize for that technical difficulty. But Gabriel Benetton in a first position with that 9.43. Let's not forget Teo in that previous heat got 10. So we can already see two big hacks over there from Salsa, second position with that 7.03. And then Woodley there with a 4.67. Little bit less than halfway through this heat. We have 15-minute heats, 15 wave attempts, top two counts as we continue on with power.
I really like that wave. That was really well surfed. A lot of surf style.
Boom.
And that was really nice surf from Gabriel. I really like that. I enjoy watching the guys surfing backside because it's an inspiration for me. I don't really get to ride rides so often because in Rio we mostly ride left. So it's really nice for me to watch and learn as well.
Don't me let you hear complain about waves in Brazil. Do not let me hear you complain about waves in Brazil and surfing in a bikini or board shorts. You come over to Europe with a 6'5".
That's for sure. Kiting in bikinis and surfing bikinis, it's a good thing.
All right, so Woodley here. You can just see, I'm a big person about body language, and you can really see the guys out there. There is frustration.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
You can see they're engaging, but it's like really tough conditions for them out there at the moment. As you were saying, you know, when it comes to backside, for me, Gabriel Benetton and Kiahi de Boitis are the top two backside riders with Machu Lopez, world champion and winner of this event last season. So, you know, will we see a backside battle, or will we see, is it going to be a frontside rider, goofy or regular? Everything out here on the water, but here you can see just dropping in. Again, Gabriel, the similar.
That was such a nice turn.
Yeah, similar to Teo, making the most of what they have out there. All right, so Salsa, 5.13, so second best score of the heat. So he is going to move himself up into that second position. 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, the last wave ridden by Luis was this 5.13. That was a really good wave. I really like that. Very fluid. He has a lot of flow on the wave.
Woodley just getting pulled over there. And again, look at, I mean, you can see just him kind of shouting. And carving hack here from Salsa, going straight into another foam clawing. Going to be looping that kite down to see if he can get a section that's free. Nice and fluid from here. Will he improve on that 3.70? Maybe. And then he's going to be putting himself into contention for taking the lead of this heat. Your heat number 2, round number 1, Taíba, for the final event of the season.
Yeah, and that turn that Gabriel did, the blow tail turn, got him a 5.27. Is that it? I have 5.2 here. Can tell.
Yeah, so looking at general scores, we saw Teo de Manis a 5.30, the biggest wave, and a 10.33 total. So Gabriel already with the highest combination score of the day. But again, it's an image I don't want to see. This guy's having to run up the beach.
Yeah, conditions are pretty tricky and difficult. The riders have to put a lot of effort to get their best riding done. And I know how that can be very make them very anxious. For even like Gabriel, who's running for himself second title, or like Pedro, Ayrton, James. I know it can get a bit frustrating, even for the other riders as well, but since the world title is in the game, I guess it puts the pressure on.
Oh, and especially when you know who you're up against. You know, there's 5 potential players, as we said. It is Pedro Matos and Ayrton Cozzolino, your top 2. Ayrton in the lead. Sebastian Ribeiro, because he's only had 2 events. Let's not forget this is the 4th event. So when we complete this event, there's a discard, and then it's the top 3. So that will mix it up. And then we have James Carew in there as well, all of them fighting. And as we can see here, the bird's eye view, and the beautiful colors here of Taíba, the paradise, as we had all the partners coming down yesterday for that opening ceremony where we introduced all of the athletes, more than 50 athletes from 14 different countries coming down here for the double header event here in Taíba, Brazil. And now just hoping for a little bit more wind to be coming our way. As you can see, that was just Gabriel Benetton looping that kite around. There we can see Luis Sousa with 3 minutes to go.
3 minutes to go, and Gabriel and Luis they both have really close scores. So Gabriel has a 10.43 and Luis has a 10.26. So you never know. Any of these guys can win this heat, and with conditions like that, you never know.
No, it is. You know, there's a big potential of lucky draws out there as well. If you're patient enough to get that set, you are going to get those top scores. 2.5 minutes to go. As you said, Sophia, very close in between these two. The athletes are going all the way up on the right due to that tide. So as that starts to come up, hopefully they can be coming a little bit further out in front of the competition area. But we can see the replay of that last wave there from Benetton.
Good first turn. Using the speed of his board to make him complete this wave. And looping his kite to get this last section. That was a good ride for him. Even though the wave was small, he managed to do everything he could in that one. Very fluid, very, very beautiful, the turns. There you see Woodley coming, the only regular rider on this heat. Both Gabriel and Luis are goofy footers.
Milking this all the way into the inside, but yeah, I mean, he's even on a stubby nose board. You can see him out there on the whip, a little bit more volume to be able to, you know, float through those sections. But Woodley here, carving cutback, breaks himself out, loops the kite around to get a little bit more power, just going off the top. But very, very tough conditions there. But the athletes making the most of it. They know what's up for grabs as the final event of the season. Forecast for tomorrow and the next day is looking better. It's definitely looking like the wind is increasing as we come into that final minute. And here we can see Gabriel Benetton still in the lead, waiting for scores on those previous waves there from Sousa. But it looks like we're getting through a heat number 2, where heat number 3 will be coming up next. But so far, your current world champ in that first place.
Yeah, I guess this last wave of Gabriel was a 4.27. And like we were saying yesterday, it doesn't matter if you do 5 turns in a small wave. If you do 2 big turns in a wave, you can get a better score. So it's not about quantity, but quality. That's what the judges are expecting.
Absolutely. There we can see the screen on the beach telling us how long to go, where, what, and how athletes are doing out there. So information for our athletes out on the water so they know how hard they have to push or if they can take a breather. Coming to the closing seconds of this heat, where it looks like Gabriel Benetton is going to have that first place. But this wave, if he goes on, it will count. So the final ride here, Luis Sousa to close out heat number 2.
A little cut back. Little snap the top. I guess that won't be enough.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be in the vicinities that he is going to need to be able to improve on those scores. So that is it for heat number 2. Let's see the highlights of the rides out there today.
Existem destinos que você escolhe e existem lugares que acolhem você. São Gonçalo do Amarante, localizada no litoral oeste do Ceará, pertinho de Fortaleza, é um paraíso hospitaleiro reconhecido pelo melhor da sua culinária, pela bela praia do Pecém, da Colônia e da Taíba, pela prática de esportes radicais e com o melhor lugar para apreciar o pôr do sol. Nessas férias, descubra São Gonçalo.
And welcome back, everybody, to your second day of competition here for the final event of the season for your layback kite fest of the GK Kite World Tour as we continue on in heat number 3 of that round number 1. Here we can see on our screen Gabriel Benetton, the current world champion. Pedro Matos there on his right. Gili Bandel. Looks like they're having a conversation to see what it is and some little details. Oh, we can hear them.
Gabriel is saying that the wind is a bit stronger.
All right, so Oscar Pernauer, Gray Foster, Nicola Adagiev, that heat number 3, round number 1, as they are getting ready to go out in the water as we continue on with the competition conditions. On the smaller side, waves are looking very good for tomorrow. And right now there you can see Gray Foster as he is going to be firing off that first bullet.
Yeah, he's a pretty heavy rider. He's gonna have to use his kite a bit and generate some speed because the waves are not there for it.
Oscar Pernauer having a very good performance over there in Dakla. Nice and stylish. As you can see, just going down. Oh, off the top. Looping that F1. The young man from France. Good wave there for him with the finisher. Going to be interesting to see.
A little snap on the inside.
Oh, Borja, yeah.
I really like that. Very, very stylish maneuver from Nicola.
As you can see, we've got 11s, 10s, and 12s up on and pumped up, getting ready. Here we can see that last wave there from Nicola. Your 3-man heats. The winner goes through to round number 3. Second and third position will go into round number 2. Name of the game at the moment, 100% surfing. Quality versus quantity, as you were saying, Sophia. We want to see 100% execution, going for it, risking it, linking those sections together as small as they are at the moment.
Yeah, that was a good cutback. He managed to do 2 tail slides. It was really nice.
All right, Oscar keeping himself busy. He got a 3.07 for that first one off the back. There we can see also Gray Foster dropping in.
That looks like it's going to get it.
Nice wave all the way.
Yeah.
Little foam climb. Let's see if it reforms. Obviously, as that tide is pushing up, waves do start to get mushy in Taíba. I mean, Sophia, you've ridden here year after year. It really does get hard when that water starts to fill in.
Yeah, you can't really tell on the screen, but the waves are pretty much on the inside, and on the inside as well, we have the rocks. The tide is picking up, so you can't really see it, but they get pretty mushy, inconsistent, weak, and hard to ride. So what the riders are doing that, it's almost a miracle. It's nice to see that they're actually doing their best to get a trick and the maneuver done.
And a 4.07 for that last wave from Nicola. This man was Stoke the other day, landed a 313 in one of his training sessions. And Nicola, such a laid back and stylish athlete. Great surfer there, you can see that pop 180. And now going to be going for a couple of turns on the inside, dragging that hand, putting the handbrake on. But I mean, yeah, you can see there isn't anything more they can do with what is there.
Yeah, it's hard to compete on the waves when the waves aren't really there. Like I said, you need to choose properly. You need to wait for the set, and sometimes waiting for the set can cost you a heat. So they're probably waiting for it, but with this high tide, it takes longer and longer, and you have to be patient to choose the right wave.
And on your screen right now, Oscar Bernal from France, your F1 rider. As he is looking for something here on the inside.
Yeah, they're trying to make the most of a small wave. The waves aren't really offering that much. They don't really have a clean wall. But it is what it is. You're a pro kite surfer. You have to deal with every condition, if it's good or bad. So you have to do your best.
Yeah, Oscar actually getting 9th in Dakla, where he had a very good run. Also, we saw Gray Foster. He got a 9th over there in Silt. Combos a little bit more when the freestyle action starts to come in. And then Nicola, at the moment, he is standing 7th overall. He had a 9th in Cape Verde. He had a 9th in Silt. And he had a 5th in Dakla, making it all the way through to those semi-finals. So definitely on a roll. He's been improving competition after competition, looking to try and get into those top 4 positions, making it into those final rounds. But right now, you can see, I mean, you can just see, look at the face as they try and ride these one all the way onto the inside. We are 2:30 in the afternoon over here in Brazil. High tide today is around 4:30, so we are definitely getting close to the moment where yesterday we had a stop. Pedro Matos, he is one of the men that if he wins the competition, will become world champion. Very motivated. He knows what is up for grabs, and he has his dad here, his whole family. I mean, his father, El Capitan. That guy has some energy.
Yeah, I was with Pedro a couple of days ago, and he's been very focused. He really wants the title, and I'm pretty sure he's going full power.
Yeah, Pedro was having a little tryout there before as he had the 10 and the 12 D-Labs out, and looks like he's out there on one of the surfboards getting ready to rumble. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the 5.7. But Gray here trying to make the most of these ones. And here we can see Nicolas Davziev for 4.07, 3.50. Your current heat leader.
Yeah, I'm glad that the guys are actually being able to ride, even though conditions are hard. It looks a bit better than yesterday. They were really struggling yesterday, and today we can see that they're showing their kite surfing a bit more. So we want to see that. We want to see good riding from the riders, and we know they can deliver that. So we're here for it.
And you can see Oscar. Wow, that guy needs wheels.
All the way to the beach.
All the way to the beach. Milking that as it was the last thing on earth. Great ride in there from the Frenchman. Talking a little bit about Pedro Matos from before. Pedro, he had the win in Cape Verde over Ayrton Cosolino. Then in Silt, he got a 9th. And in Dakla, he was 2nd position, and Ayrton got the win. Those 2 athletes are the ones that have the easiest road to becoming world champion again. Ayrton has been a multiple-time world champion. Pedro is still yet to get that title. But you can see the concentration. And hey, to get a world title in your home country, now that is a dream for an athlete.
Yeah, that's for sure. I saw Pedro training the other day, and I'm really impressed with his new turns and new tricks that he's been trying to improve his riding. just to be as good as he can riding here to fight for the world title. So we'll see good battle from these guys. Ayrton, like everyone knows, he's unpredictable because he's too good, so you can expect everything for him. So I'm really excited to watch that.
Yeah, I will say I haven't seen that kind of fire in Ayrton's eyes for a while. Just the training day before the competition, he was on the water for probably 5 or 6 hours, literally the whole preparation day. He knows what's up for grabs, and I mean, that kind of hunger is what can get you those wins, but he has 5 men who want to take that away from him. Gray Foster here.
Keeping himself busy. That was in a really good way.
Yeah, you can just see, I mean, they are looping it around. There we can see Matthew Lopez, last year's champion, getting ready to rumble. Matthew at the moment just warming himself up. A little jump, a little hip, a little bit of hop.
I guess when conditions are like that, I'd say even I get more anxious because you never know what can happen. It's just hard. You don't know where to look for the wave. You don't really know what to do. You just have to try to get the rhythm and understand what's going on in the ocean because it's pretty hard to find the right wave, find the right timing, but everything can happen.
Yeah, and it is close in between Nicola, in between the 3 of them. I mean, there's less than a point in between them, so anything can happen. I mean, in these kind of situations, you would really want to be able to take the win to get into that round number 3, because that would avoid you having to do that round number 2. Both of them at the moment, they're going, it's so spread out because of that high tide. Like, we got athletes all the way down to the left, athletes all the way up to the right. So trying to cover there, 3 men in the water. Oscar, pretty much every turn, he is looping that kite.
Yeah, he's probably using the kite because the wave isn't generating a lot of speed and the wind is pretty light, so you gotta use your kite a lot to get the maneuver done. And yeah.
There we can see the ladies, Sonia Bunta and Simona Swatman. She's getting ready. Round number 1 of the women, if we get through round number 1 of the men, is going to be coming out. And I think there's this Brazilian rider, Abreu. Is it Sofia Abreu? I think, is she competing?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if we're going out today, but we'll see. I'm in the 3rd or 4th heat of the first round, so maybe I'll compete today. But for now, let's focus on the guys.
Exactly. I can see the smile on your face, Sofia. But yeah, so right now, just coming to the end of this heat so far, it is Nicola. We're just edging out the rest of the competition, 7.97. Teo and Gabriel, the winners of the previous 2 heats, up to the 10s. So it seems like 9s and 10s is where the top athletes are. But hey, if you do enough to get through, you will be making your way into that round number 3 again. We do not want to see them running up the beach, but unfortunately, it is what we have here. Gray Foster throwing down the hammer. 8.24. Watch out. Here comes the American.
Yeah, when I was in Morocco last year, I met Gray Foster, and he was training every time he could. He was always in the water, and that was really impressive because the conditions weren't great, but he was always there training. So that showed me that he's very dedicated, and I'm glad to see him in Brazil. And I don't know, was he in Morocco?
Yes, he was. He was over there in Morocco, and he came out, if I'm not mistaken, I think he came out on 17th, so not the best event for him. Yeah, 17th, but he got 9th in Silt. But yeah, like you say, Gray, that event in Morocco is where he really started to stand out. This guy has determination, and, he pushes as much as he can in these smaller conditions. Then over in Cape Verde, throwing down some big turns with the big waves. But right now, 90 seconds to go. He is in the leads. I mean, it really is anybody's up for grabbing as the conditions are really on the short sides. Heat number 4 will be coming up next, where we will be seeing the likes of Leonardo Granjero. Looking forward to see him. Noah Nicholas and Pedro Matos, your current number 2, coming out to play. But right now it is Gray Foster who is in the lead, but that's looking like a nice wave here for Nicola. Here we go.
The wave is pretty choppy, as you can see. The high tide is not helping, but Nicola is making the most out of it.
I mean, you can see how close they are, Sophia. We look out of the window of our live booth here. I can pretty much touch that kite already.
Yeah.
They are coming as close to the shore as possible. Here we can see the rider's zone, where we have everybody just hanging out, chilling out. They have obviously the physio there. They can relax, watch the competition. Nice little bit of shade, some food. Then up top we have the VIP area as well. So really amazing setup here for the Ladyback Kite Fest and bringing that 100% surfing vibe.
Yeah. Now we're seeing Nicolas' last wave. He has his blow tail turn really how can I say that? Well, I'm missing the word in English. He's always been doing that.
Just go in Portuguese. Throw it out there. Come on.
Tem a manobra debaixo da manga.
What she said. All right, so there it is, closing it out. Nicola on that last wave, an 8.67 is going to be taking the win. Second position is Gray Foster. Third position, Oscar Peronal. Congratulations to those three. But that man dropping the RRD is going to be going in first as we continue on. Coming up next will be heat number 4, but let's grab the highlights of that last heat. All right, well, welcome back, everybody, as we continue on. Coming up next is going to be heat number 4, round number 1 of the men as we continue on. Leonardo Grangeiro, Noah Nicolas, and Pedro Matos. Brazil, 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 Sophia.
Yeah, we have Leonardo Grangeiro, which is a local rider. He was training just before the comp started, and he was actually ripping out there with this light condition wind. And, well, Noah Nicolas, he's a pretty good kiter as well. And as we know, Pedro Matos is running for the title, so it's going to be a really nice battle.
Yeah, really looking forward to see the action out here. Noah Nicolas, he is one of the top big air strapless kiteboarders coming from my local town of Tarifa. And now let's see how he does on the waves as well, mixing it up. But conditions are light, as we've been seeing. I can see they are out on 11 and 12 meters, most of them. As you mentioned before, Pedro Matos, probably the favorite coming into this heat. But let's not forget, this man on screen, I saw him ripping out there, and he is one of the lighter riders, could have a little advantage.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Look at those turns. Very fluid, nice style. He's been linking all those turns without having to move his kite that much, and you can see that even his surfboard is flowing very good. So that was a really nice ride from Leonardo.
All right, so a wave apiece. Let's have a look. Pedro Matos, smaller wave, obviously one of the heavier riders. In the race for the title, one of the two that if they win this competition, it only depends on their own actions. Because if Pedro or Ayrton take the win here in Taíba, they are world champion. They don't have to wait for any scenario. It depends 100% on them. That's a great situation to be in. But I mean, Sofia, that's pressure.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think both of the Brazilian riders, they're trying to get themselves busy, and you see Pedro is running again to get his position, running upwind because the wind is pretty light and he's a heavy rider, so he's gonna have to do this run at the beach and position himself again.
Yeah, I mean, they say an image says more than 1,000 words. You can just see how it is out there right now. Tide is pretty much all the way up. Wave selection is going to be so key. Granjero flowing through these two sections. Nice wave all the way from the outside. Actually has a little bit of a face. Times it nicely there. Coming down, that's two turns. Oh, even a little, not a Brazilian claim. Brazilian claim there from him. He's happy.
Yeah, you can see that Pedro is a bit heavier than Leonardo, so he's having a harder time to keep the flow, but he's such a good surfer. He knows how to use his board and his body weight to improve his speed, so that's what we're saying. He's such a powerful surfer, and he's doing a really, really good job.
So, Sophia, while we're waiting in between the flats, I heard you're going to South Africa as soon as we finish here. Tell me a little bit about that trip.
Yeah, I'm going for the first time to Cape Town. I've never been there. I didn't even know, but the King of the Air is going to happen while I'm there, so I'm pretty excited to watch it. I've never been, so it's going to be quite a show, I'm pretty sure.
Because, I mean, you're fortunate enough to travel the globe representing Brazil and surfing and kite surfing. It must be really cool to be able to go to all of these different locations because, you know, I think it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Really being able to go to different cultures, mix it up, and get to a place, meet different people, then meet them in different parts of the world. It's, you know, it must be a privilege.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I always say that I'm living my dream, and I could not be more happy with it. I meet so many good people, and I think that's my favorite part, meeting new friends all over the world. And I feel like every time I travel, I have a friend at the place that I'm traveling, and I can stay at their places, and they introduce me to other friends, and I just have such a good time getting to know other cultures and living their lifestyle as well. I think that's all about it, like exchanging what you know, your knowledge with other people, so you can be wiser and you grow as a person as well.
Yeah, the good old storytelling as well, because, you know, to be able to go to all of these different locations and obviously sharing a passion. You know, surfing is such a tribal sport, and to be on a break, meet someone, then go for some drinks or go for some food, and then you go back to the same place the next year, and they're there. It's really cool, and you know, anything when it comes to sport or passion is so cool to see. And I mean, whoa, watch El Granjero. He's in the lead. He's number one, and he is being consistent out there.
Yeah, and doing the run at the beach, and you can see Pedro coming. I think that's gonna be a good wave. Good snap at the top. Another one. You see that he's using both the kite and his knowledge on surfing to get the speed going.
Yeah, like you say, you can tell that even though he doesn't have the power in the kite to be able to get some, you know, speed, he produces that speed with the surfboard using the pumping. And that, in these kind of conditions, is a big advantage. And judges are really looking for that. Here we can see from the eye in the sky, as they're going out, is going to be Granjero, your current heat leader, waiting for a score on that second wave from Pedro. 4.67. So now it's going to be Pedro who takes the lead, but there is nothing in between the two Brazilians so far. Noah, 217 and 247. Waiting to see if he can get a couple more little nuggets, but struggling a little bit here on the inside. But I mean, they are not easy conditions for anybody out there, and he is up against probably two of the best surfers of the competition.
Yeah, that's for sure. The boys are getting themselves busy. We can see it from here. The kites are going to the outside and the inside all the time. They're trying to find the right waves. They're just not really there, but they're trying. They're doing their best, and we'll see what they come up with. And then there's the replay of Pedro's last wave. I just love how stylish he is and how he throws a tail with a lot of pressure. There's a lot of spray on his tricks, so it's really beautiful to watch. And there you can see his dad, Pedro, cheering for him, and Gilly as well, his coach. He's coaching him and Gabriel. So it's really nice. It's local of the break called Ibiraquera in South Brazil. We had a competition there last year, GKA competition. It was really nice. The waves are really good there.
Oh.
I really miss that event.
I mean, I think if I had to ask Gilly a question, like you said, he's coaching two of the guys in the run for the title. I'd literally say to him, "So, which kid do you love more?"
Hard to choose.
Or you could say, which of you two sons do you love more? And he'd probably say, "My daughter."
Yeah,
That would be the answer. No, I mean, Gilly Brandão, he has been a statement of Brazilian surfing in the kite surfing world for many, many years.
Legend.
And really cool to see him passing on the old totem pole. He was third here last year and decided to, give the youngsters a chance.
Yeah. That was a good turn for Leonardo. Throwing a lot of water, going all the way to the inside and hitting. Oh. You can see that's Luana. Luana? Yeah, that's Luana cheering for him. She's also competing, which is really nice. I love to see Brazilian girls trying and competing as well. She's actually ripping. I was watching her training the other day. I was like, who's that girl? And then someone told me it was her. I was like, oh, she improved a lot. She's kiting really well, so it was really nice to watch. Then that's the replay of Leonardo last wave, doing two turns. The first one was in a more cleaner wall, and then he went bigger on his last turn, but didn't went well.
Yeah, going for the layback off the lip, but not being able to get that landing. 10.02, 9.03. So once again, that 10-point mark. Top surfers of each heat have been hitting that number. So that looks like the standpoint at the moment. All right, Leonardo dropping in. Sneezing myself to death over here. Whoa. All right, 5 minutes to go. Sophia, enjoying yourself?
Trying not to laugh.
We got to have fun. If we're not having fun, why would we do it? But yeah, you can see, I reckon, I'm going to say it, Pedro has his work cut out for him. He might be in first position right now, but Leonardo is hungry and he is hunting.
Yeah, I guess Pedro is trying to be more selective because he knows he already has a 4.92 and a 5.10, so he needs to improve the 5.92, and he needs a bigger wave and a bigger score, so he definitely needs to go for a bigger wave and be more selective. It doesn't matter if it's going to come to the smaller waves because it's not going to make a difference, so I'm pretty sure Gilly told him to wait for the set and get a bigger one. And there you can see the athletes waiting for the next heat. And then there's Noah looping his kite. Oh, such a difficult condition. And there you can see Leonardo coming. The wave is pretty flat, but then maybe it will get better on the inside. That was a good turn. Wave wasn't that good, but the turn was really good.
Yeah, he's looking to improve. What's he got to improve? He basically has to improve by a point.
I thought the kite...
What happened?
His kite stalled. I thought it was gonna fall. Well, glad it didn't.
So we know what team you're on.
Well, what can I say, guys? Sorry, Pedro's my best friend.
Okay, so I love Pedro, but I'm going to go for Leonardo. We can't two be on one side. Okay, so I'm going to move my chair to the left over here, Sofia. The battle is on. All right, come on. Now, I mean, it's so close in between these two. Pedro, I mean, I've known this kid for a very long time. You even longer than myself. And to see him here fighting for that world championship title is just the culmination of the pursuit that he's had for the last few years. Probably for the last 3 years, he has been so close and his focus is unbelievable. But one of the things we always say when we come to locations like Brazil, don't give up on the locals, because there might be this random person that comes out into the water that nobody knows and is an absolute ripper. We've seen it in the freestyle. We've seen it in the surfing. So right now, Team Sofia, we have Pedro Matos, Team Joe, Leonardo Granjero. And I'm fine with that because this is not an elimination round. So no matter what, no one's going home.
Yeah. And while you were saying about the local, I remember of this friend in Rio. He's actually ripping. He started kiting a couple months ago, or maybe 2 years ago. I'm not really sure. His name is Ezequiel. He's a local kid, and he's ripping. And I was thinking about if we had a comp in Rio, he would definitely make some damage. You would never know, because you probably never see him, and then you see him in the water, and then, yeah, you get impressed.
Oh, outside breaker here from Pedro. Like you said, patience is a virtue, and patience is key. So judges are really going to be taking up on this one.
Oh, I like that.
All the way from the back, Len, that's how loose, pumping. Oh, I'm going to say it. That's a good wave. It is a good wave. 1-0. 1-0 over here in the booth.
Yeah, he read this wave pretty well. Oh, that's his mom. She's always super nervous at the beach.
She is. She is always super nervous. I'm not surprised.
I'm glad they're all here rooting for him. Oh.
No, it's just going off there. All right, Granjero puffing the wind out of his cheeks.
It's
Goes
crazy.
again.
It's crazy how light and his small rider, I'll say, but he throws so much water on his turns. It's really impressive. He has a really nice style as well.
Yeah, we can hear the beach going crazy every time he gets away. But right now, Matos in a commanding lead. Your second overall ranking so far, as he is one of your world championship title contenders. Him and Ayrton, if they win this event, they are world champion. Ayrton would be multiple-time world champion. Pedro Matos would be the first time. And he is hungry, and you can see right now pushing everything out of it. Not a nice turn off there from the top. Matos dropping in as well, as they are going all the way down to the left to close this one out. So unless anything changes, which I don't think it will, it's going to be this man on your screen, Pedro Matos. He'll be going through to round number 3. Applause there. And there we can see Pai giving the hands up. Congratulations, Pedro Matos, the winner of this heat. 1-0, Sofia.
That was a good battle from the boys. They all surfed really well. Such a difficult condition. I won't stop saying that because they're actually putting so much effort to deliver that show to us. That's his dad.
Remember all the riders, 2 minutes for transition and 15 minutes.
A gente sonha, a gente luta, a gente se arrisca. Filhos indomados das almas sem medo, que souberam buscar a verdade, o segredo. Quando todos os outros buscavam só ouro, falamos de honra e olhamos no olho. Desde que a gente aprendeu a voar, de cabeça erguida fizemos um lar. Pros nerds, pros loucos, todo tipo de gente. Da lenda sagrada à estrela nascente. Ao redor da guitarra, família pra sempre. A galera, a história e nossa verdade. Tem tinta nas veias como essa cidade. Vai sem medo, meu filho, é só o começo. Respeite as raízes e reforce a corrente. Evoque o que é puro e espalhe as sementes. Aumente o volume pro mundo saber que você é a música e nada vai te deter. Porque você não está só. Nós nunca estamos sós.
And welcome back, everybody, as we continue on round number 1 of the competition. I'm Josie Astro. Joining me, Sofia Abreu in the booth, Matthew Lopez, White Nose, and Hendrik Witchy coming out to play. These 3 men getting ready to rumble. Matthew Lopez, let's not forget, champion from last year.
Yeah, those riders are gonna put a great show for us, even though we know the conditions are not ideal, but we know they're the best in the world, so I'm excited to watch.
All right, so 15-minute heats, 15 waves. Top 2 waves are the ones that count. Matthew Lopez, for me, one of the best backside riders in the game. He has been a world champion. He has been event winner. He is the champion from last year. And one thing I've seen with Matthew over the years, when he smiles, watch out, big things happen.
Look at that. He's so fluid. You can tell he doesn't have a lot of speed, but even though he can link all those turns without an issue. Such a good rider.
And Hendrik Witchy also from Switzerland. Under the Swiss flag. Cape Verdean blood. Surfer as well. So looking forward to see how he's done. He has been improving so much and recently joining the Ocean Rodeo team. But this man here.
I really like that turn.
Yeah, really can see off the top getting that board vertical. For me, Matthew is the Rob Machado of our sport.
True. A lot of style. That's for sure. Macho already has a 2.77 and a 3.63. He's the only rider with 2 waves so far. Wyatt has a 0.5. And the last wave of Hendrik was 3 points.
All right, so Wyatt here has the speed. Cruising on a shorter board. You can see just pushing against those fins. Couple of foam car names here. Let's see if he can get a finisher of that wave on the inside. Just gets caught up. All right, here we can see.
That is good wave from Hendrik.
Oh, nice.
I really like that. And I think the wave's going to get even better on the inside. Maybe it's going to give him the opportunity to do a big turn on the end. Let's see.
Off the top?
And
yeah.
You make it. Oh, no. Straight in the sand. Ooh. Well, I didn't know Wyatt. I saw him the first time here in Brazil. I think Daniela was telling me he's from Hood River, if I'm not mistaken. Showing us his skills. Have you been to Hood River?
I haven't. I haven't been to Hood River. One of the top locations on the American over there in Oregon. Since the beginning of time, you've had the lights of Jaime Rice, Martin Vary back in the days, the slingshot crew coming out of there. And yeah, now obviously with wing foiling and kiting as well. Such a great vibe I've heard and would love to go. But yet, so far, haven't been able to get over that neck of the woods. But great to see another American here on tour. Because at the moment, him and Gray, both of them. And let's see how they can do in this round number
my
one.
favorite turn.
Yeah, nice pushing back there from Hendrik. I tell you what, it is definitely going to be a time for Red Bull Brazil. Come on, we need some wings.
I was thinking about doing the same thing. I just need someone to bring one for me.
Oh, there you go. Energy level coming up. Here we are. All right, so having a little look at those scores. Once again, the 10s we've seen with Pedro, we've seen with Gabriel, we've seen with Teo seems to be the barrier so far on those top scores. So around the 5 are the top waves. 5.35, if I'm not mistaken, there from Pedro Matos. So far in the lead, Matthew with a 6.40. As we continue on, just under 10 minutes. All of these athletes are in pursuit of that first position. Because when conditions are on the lighter side like this, to be able to skip around is so important.
Yeah, that's true. And now we're watching the replay of Hendrik's last wave. Sometimes you can see the lines are getting a bit, how do you say that when they're not tense?
Slack. Getting a bit slack. No tension.
Exactly.
How do I say that in Portuguese? Uh-oh. There you go. Put it on the spot.
Can I come back to you?
We'll be back with the answer.
Frouxas.
Frouxos, okay.
Frouxas.
As líneas están frouxas. There you go. Learn a new thing every
Mine
day.
are a bit loose, I'd say. Kind of like that.
Tell you what, there's some loose turns out there. I don't know about lines, but hopefully we'll be seeing some loose turns. One thing I am very impressed with is how much the athletes are getting out of the conditions on hand. Like to be able to push those turns and actually get that power like we were seeing there from Granqueiro, it is so impressive because with the lighter wind, they are using every little bit of power that they can.
Yeah, that's true. When the wind is strong, it's easy to generate speed and then use the kite to make better turns and spray more water, but when the wind is light, it's really difficult to come up with that because sometimes you need to hang on the kite and then the turn is not that beautiful. It's just really tricky.
And we can see Matthew, similar to what we saw with Pedro, just being calm, hanging around to pick off those better waves. He knows that, you know, the likes of Hendricks, the likes of Wade, if they can get a big wave, they're going to be able to produce those scores. Anybody can be a finalist here at the GK, but Matthew just pushes against that tail.
Yeah, and when you're riding backside, when the wave is flat like that and the wind is light, it's, oof, that was so vertical. I really like that.
Yeah, that's going to be a big score. Now, going to be interesting because let's see. Top scores have been around the 5s. That was 2 turns and a nice finisher. Let's see what the judges are going to be thinking. Without a doubt, it will improve on that.
3.33.
For sure, it's going to be improving on that. My question is it going to be above the 5 point something? Because going by how the conditions are out here, this will set the bar. This will set the bar. So waiting for that number to come our way. 6.5 minutes. There we can see Hendrik. And here's the replay of that last wave. So first good turn, pushing against the fins.
I feel like the wave was a bit mushy, but that last turn was really vertical. So he can maybe hang on that, but I'm not too sure about the first 2 turns, even though he placed them very well where he should have. But the wave wasn't really super clean and steep, but
oh, nice.
That was a good turn from Hendrik.
This is a good wave from Hendrik. All the way out the back as well. Good selection.
Yeah.
So he has a 5.23. Great score. Looking to improve on a 3.5. Still waiting for that score to come in there from Matthew.
Nice cut back. Trying to go for a bigger turn. That was a good turn.
I saw Matthew the day before, throwing some really cool off the lip 360s as well. And now making his way out, your second day of competition, GK Kite World Tour. As we are on a roll, conditions are on the lighter side, but the best athletes in the world, as the Tronolones would say, battle it out against themselves and Mother Nature to bring us the action down here in Taíba, Brazil.
Yeah, the day wasn't looking that promising. We were expecting the wind to be super light the entire day, but it actually picked up a little bit. So we're having we're having action from the guys, and I'm enjoying to watch it actually because they're putting a great work. It's nice, even though the conditions aren't the best. We've been seeing good turns, a lot of spray, some vertical turns, and that's what we're here to watch.
And we can see Wyatt out the back there as well. 4.67, 217.250. I mean, we've seen buzzer beaters before. They have 15 wave attempts. Top two are the ones that go through. We can see here Matthew Lopez, hand in the air, going, am I number one? Am I number two? He's just been told he's number two. So you can see a little bit more of an umph in his step. Youngster Hendrik Witty at the moment with that 9.73, 5.23. Great way to start off his heat.
Yeah, and Macho improved his 3.33 with 380. So he got a bit more points with his last turn. That was pretty vertical. Just the wave that was a bit small, but he did what could have done with what the wave gave him. So.
No, absolutely, Sophia. And like you said, it was that, yes, he was able to get that turn, but in the end, it was a one-hit wonder. Just two check turns, and that was a very nice vertical finisher, but not getting the selection. So they're improving by 0.2 of a point so far. 3.5 minutes to go, and there we can see that man on your screen with the white lycra, Hendrik Witty, your heat leader with a 9.73. And the paradise that is Taíba here for your layback kite fest.
Yeah, we have endless beautiful days around here. The sun is always shining. The wind, even though it's light, it's always here. And we have a couple waves as well. There's a little swell here, even though it doesn't seem like it. The tide is pretty high, so sometimes the wave does kind of disappear during the high tide. But when we had the lower tide, we saw some good waves. So the waves are there. So the tide is just too high right now.
Yeah, hopefully that will be improving. But so far, the athlete's been able to get those waves towards us. And Hendrik right now, you can see the teeth. He's happy. He knows he's in that driving seat. He has that leader jersey already.
Yeah, I won't stop saying if you're riding frontside, it's normal that you have an advantage because you're looking at the wave, you're facing the wave, so it's a bit easier. I won't say it's easy, but easier if you're riding frontside than backside. So you definitely got an advantage riding frontside. And I also think that he chose better waves. He chose bigger waves with cleaner walls, so he was able to do bigger turns, and that got him bigger scores as well.
Already releasing the tail there, getting the water pumping around. Boom! Big finisher there. Hendrik. Only 2 turns in that one, though. Probably that is not going to be improving on his 4.50. As right now he is commanding this heat. Had a little look-see. Now we're going to be going back off. Oh! Just losing the feed on his board there.
You see the replay of Hendrik's last wave. He got some really good flow as well. I really like that drone shot. You can see how far the riders are going to get upwind. And then you see Wyatt. He rides with the leash on his front leg. Oh no.
Just coming up to that final minute out here. And Matthew, I mean, patience is a virtue. Let's not forget, if he can get on a wave in the closing seconds, he's looking for something here. I mean, Matthew he'd need around the high 5s to be able to get in contention because he has a 3.80. Oh, going vertical off the top. Very nice.
That was a good turn. And I love how he reads the wave really well. Like he did the first turn and then he did the re-entry. He went close to the foam where the energy of the wave is, and then he did the bottom turn and went to attack the wave again, which is a very good reading of the wave, because sometimes you just do the turns and you start going forward, and actually the power of the wave is close to the foam. So
And there it is, awaiting confirmation. But it is this young man here. Hendrik Vitti is going to be going through to that round number 3. There's a smile.
yeah, he's definitely happy. He did really well in this heat, even though the wind was light.
Let's go. Yeah, yeah. Brand Nubian Wild Cowboys. Let's go. Started as this young boy, came on the set. No videos, no internet. Back then, touch the mic, you was a threat. To touch the mic or even clutch the mic. To touch the mic, you know you had to be on. Now I rule New Rochelle where I was born. Grand Poobah up there was the king. Brought me Lord Jamal to his wing. Wasn't like the same old thing, we was gods. People was ours, they said we was crazy. They said we hate people. Far from the truth. Expressed our views and proved it in the booth. Through stress, pain, even strife. We kept it moving, hey, that's our life. All for one for all. Blast friendly car, house or mall. You know the gods will never ever fall. Just like that, y'all. Yeah. .X. Been across the world with my wild cowboys, one of a kind, crazy style boys. A lot of MCs make a whole lot of noise. They trash motives just for cash. I'm the type that'll take their whole stash. Worldwide, rap never died, it was a coma. I'm here to give it pills, restores health and give it a lot of thrills. Sometimes I even give myself chills. I stay in this business with deals. New York resident, I don't give a fuck who's the president. I still got a grind when you say Sadar X, that's a hell of a line. And I'm a hell of a find.
And welcome back, everybody, here to the beautiful location of the Brazilian paradise of Taíba here on the north coast. We're getting ready, as we can see. Ana Alves is in there. Arsenio Diaz and James Carew, one of the title containers. James Carew, he has been a world champion before, hungry for another title, but he has his work cut out for him up against these two athletes. Heat number 6, round number 1. We continue, Sophia.
Yeah, we're gonna have a show again. We have James Carew in the water. Actually, he's the only rider I know personally. I don't know the other riders, so I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Do I smell a battle once again? Are we going Team Carew? I mean, I can't go against my boy. I could not go against James. I'm sorry. So we're going to have to go both of us on this team.
No, I'm just saying, I know personally, I'm not taking sides here.
All right. So James dropping in. He is on a mission.
He's also a very heavy rider, so I think he's gonna show us some very technical ride, because his way is not gonna go on his side. It's definitely gonna go against him. But we know that he's a very good rider and that he's gonna deal with it very easily.
There you can see already a 5.17. I think it's safe to say he's the biggest rider on tour.
Probably.
I think probably, and especially in lighter conditions, but he has been training over here for the last month. And if there is one word that would define James, is determination.
True. Yeah, James is also a really good surfer. He was surfing, I met him in Nazaré last year. I think he's been living in Portugal for a while now with Bruna, his girlfriend. And yeah, he's also got his surf style, which is also really good.
Here we can see Arsenio Diaz from Cape Verde.
Oh,
Oh, that went right into his face.
Can
that
someone check if it's
if is he okay? That definitely looked like that board's hit him right in the face as Anael, who is currently in second position, but Arsenio now waiting for a score. But that board did look like it hit him. But I'm presuming if I can't see any medics running around, he's okay.
Wow. Another goofy footer. I love to see goofy footers riding backside because on kite surfing sometimes we see goofy footers riding switch when the conditions aren't very appropriate for riding backside. Like in Cape Verde, we see that a lot. People riding switch stands. I cannot do that. I come
Nope.
from surfing. It doesn't work for me.
Nope.
My brain gets like completely confused. But it's amazing to watch. Like, even Ayrton, he rides switch incredibly.
Rips.
Yeah, he rips. And it's nice to watch people actually surfing backside.
I mean, it's almost like trying to write with your other hand. It just, I barely can ride one side, let alone switch it up. All right, so without a doubt, now he is okay. Just getting a little bit too far in front of that, so not going to be able to get the hits that he wants. And again, throwing that board around, but going off and walking on along the sand there, unfortunately. But still, numbers on the boards. James Carew, 517.217. We have Arsenio with a 3.0 and waiting for a second score there of an hour. Here it goes, drops in 2.05. 15-minute heats, 15 wave attempts. Top 2 ones are the ones that count. And as we've been saying since the beginning of the stream, it seems like that 10 points is the number to be beating. It seems like that's the barrier. We haven't seen anybody score above a 5-point wave.
Yeah.
So they haven't hit the 6s yet.
And I feel like James is going for it because his first score was a 5.17, so he's definitely aiming for this bigger numbers, and I really want to see that.
This is looking like a nice wave, actually.
Go spread. The wave is still a bit fat, but yeah.
Throws it down. Can he get this second section? Foam climb here. Lets the tail loose. Making the most of it. It is so close to the shore. You can see how high that tide is right now.
Yeah, it's a mix of waiting for the wave to reform, but also if you wait too much, the wave is gonna be almost at the beach, breaking at the beach. So they're trying to do 2 turns before the wave hits the inside section, so you can get a bit of a bigger score with more turns. But sometimes you just have to wait and do a big turn on this end section and hope for a bigger score.
All right, Arsenio here. You can see just shouting out while he's in the middle of those turns. Really such a powerful surfer, as I mentioned, coming from Cape Verde. These boys are not shy to when it comes to waves, the likes of Punta Preta, where we had the first event of the season. And what a season it has been. He was 9th over there in Cape Verde as well, so he knows what it is to be in the top brackets of a competition. And packing up, there we can see Gabriel Benetton. There you go. Shaka, he's smiling.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's not competing today anymore. He's probably packing everything, getting some rest, because we know that we've been waiting at the beach quite a long time, and that can be pretty exhausting. So he's probably going to go home and rest for a bit and get ready for the next days of competition.
Absolutely. And so the information just coming in from the race crew, it will be at heat number 7 of the men. Don't get nervous. Don't look at me like that.
Okay.
Heat number 7 of the men, they will decide if the women are released for today or not. So in one heat time, it could be a yay or nay for you, Sophia. So, watch out.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
All right, so at the moment, James Carew already a 5.17 and a 5.07. Here we can see Anao. I tell you what, he's hard-headed. There's not a scratch on his head after that board going completely into him. Matthew Lopez, who's second position in that heat. As we can see, everybody just cruising and perusing around the event setup. A big shout out and a muito obrigado to all of the crew from Layback. It is such an incredible setup we have here in Taíba, and all of the athletes, all of the crew just enjoying the beautiful vibes you guys have at this home country. Because I tell you what, I was talking to my wife about half an hour ago. It is 5 degrees in Madrid.
So you're glad you're here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have such a nice structure for the whole event, not even just the riders, but everyone's been enjoying the structure here. For us riders, it's really important to have shade and food, water, and we've been having that. It's so nice to know that the organization is taking care of us because, yeah, we need to be in shape and in good terms to compete. So it's nice. It's nice to have this structure.
No, and it is attention to detail always brings the big picture, and it's great to see here. The first time with our layback crew, and once again, a big thank you as we continue on. And now that nice turn, one hit wonder, as we can see a couple of the replays of the previous waves, but so far it is James Carew in the lead, and he has if I'm not mistaken, it was a 10.24.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10.24. So let's have a little, as we have time in between waves.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look back. We saw Teo de Manis.
That's him in the screen.
There you go. He had a 10.33 total. That man on your screen right there in the whites. When it came to Gabriel Benetton, a 10.43. Nicola with an 8.67. And Pedro Matos with a 10.17. And I do apologize, as scores were dropped. Hendrik Witchy, 11.23. So he has the highest heat score of the day.
Yeah, he was ripping on that heat.
And he had a 6 and a 5.23. So I do apologize, as we did not see those results before they came in. So it was Hendricks with the best score of the competition. And there we just saw on your screen Ayrton Cosolino, who is the other side of the easiest road to that World Championship title, together with Pedro Matos, because it only depends on them. If they win, they take the title home.
Yeah, and you can see James trying to improve his scores. They already have. Oh, that was huge. That was a really good turn.
Yeah, you
Throwing off that tail, spraying lots of water, and that's what he's here for. And that's what we're used to see from James. A lot of water.
Yeah, he is the real pure definition of an Australian powerhouse. That old school big carbon hack turns. And then you have the technicality of the likes of Ayrton, also that flowy surfing style of Matos. Coming up next, we will also be seeing Sebastian Ribeiro, as he is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be the first time he's going to see with his new youngborn here on the beach as well. So that's going to be an extra bit of motivation.
True.
And now here we can see those turns from James, just sheer power in the driving seat of this heat. But hoping, forecast is looking very good for tomorrow as well, Sophia.
Yeah, the wind is supposed to pick up a lot tomorrow. The wind's going to be stronger, and we're still going to have some waves. So I think it's going to be a full day of action.
Great replay there. You can see he's happy with that one.
That was a good turn. I wonder what's the size of his board. It looks small.
It does look on the smaller size. If I'm not mistaken, I think it is the 5.7, but it looks smaller than that. I saw his quiver, so we will be getting more information on all of the gear of the athletes. You can see he's out there on the new D-Lab from Duotone. But if I'm not mistaken, the 5.7 is normally what he's out there on. 3.5 minutes left in this heat.
And we've been seeing that the action, I mean the performance of the riders are getting better and better as the heats are going on. I'm not sure if the wind is picking up because we can't really tell from here, but they're actually managing to put up a great show for us. And then there's Anel. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, sorry.
Just having a little look here, as I had some of the information of the boards that a lot of these guys, because James looks like he's out on the same boards as we saw there from Pedro, as that is the Volt D-Lab. And I reckon that's going to be the 5.3. So I reckon the 5.3, as it looks like the Volts. Yep.
it's pretty impressive that James, his first score was a 5.17, and then he had a 2.17, and then all his other scores were above 5. So he has a 5.07 and the second best score, which is, oh, actually, I don't have it updated here. So it's even better than that. He has a 5.17 and a 5.27. So he's going big. He's going above 5.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the vicinity of the guys getting through each one of these first rounds. So we see that 10-point average, which was only Hendricks who got into the 11s. This is looking like a nice wave out the back. Let's see if this is going to form a first check turn. Coming down. Now this is going to reform here on the inside sandbank. Can he get a couple ones? He's got the speed. Here we go. Oh, he's unhooking. Going. Oh, was looking to go for the 360 path.
It's hard because on this onshore wind, you need to loop the kite, but you also have a short time to hit the wave on the right spot because sometimes the kite takes you further from the spot you want to hit on the wave. So it can get a bit tricky, and then maybe move less the kite and move more your board to hit the spot you want. But it's just really complex and hard. Riding onshore wind is definitely not easy.
And especially when it's on the lighter side as well, because when the wind starts to pick up, I'm not going to say you can get away with more, but the wind will push you back onto the wave where we start to see the aerial maneuvers come into it. But when it's light like this, if you don't get that kite in the sweet spot or the board in the right position, you're done.
Yeah, you're right.
Here we can see the VIP area. Everybody having a great time, enjoying the action here of Yoshike Kite World Tour. There we can see the Matos family. Bye.
Yeah, everyone's hanging at the VIP area. It's such a nice area. Actually, I think we never had one here at the Taiba contest. It's really nice so you can have all your family, your friends hanging there and waiting for you. It's been really nice.
All right, 20 seconds to close this one out. 10.44 for Carew. So, I mean, these guys are almost in combination situations. So it is going to be James Carew making his way through to the next rounds here as he is going all the way through to round number 3 as we continue on with the second day of competition here in Taíba. And now waiting to see if we will continue on with the men or if we'll be moving over to the women. While we wait for those answers, let's have a little look at the highlights. And welcome back, everybody, as we continue on here with round number 1. Coming up next is going to be your heat number 7. Let's see who is going to be playing out there on the water. Alex Midler, Yanis Delormo, and Sebastian Ribeiro are going to be coming out as we are already going into sequence. Green flag is in the sky. Let's see what the first wave is going to be.
Yeah, like I said last heat, the only rider I know from this heat is Sebastian. I don't know Alex or Yadis, but I'm excited to watch them. I think, in my opinion, Sebastian is one of the most technical riders on tour. His riding is very technical. There's no really other word for that. He rides really well, and yeah, I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, one of the things we always say about Sebastian, it is 100% surfing. He doesn't come off of the wave. He really stays, engages, and you could pretty much eject his kite and he would still do exactly the same turns. And that is why he gets those top scores.
Yeah, every turn seems like he's surfing without a kite, and that's beautiful to watch.
Very much so. Yanis Delormo here from Italy. Alex Miller from Germany and Sebastian Ribeiro, obviously from Brazil. Your round number one. One more heat to go after this. Okay. Sofia, feriado. There you go. Holidays for you today. Women are released for today. Why are you smiling? I don't know why you're smiling. I mean, come on.
Because I really want to do the broadcast. I want to stay here. I don't want to leave.
She's a good talker and a good liar as well. It's amazing. Wow. So one thing for sure is you're going to be out on the water tomorrow. But yeah, if it was me, I would have a sigh of relief as well because conditions not easy and backside even less.
But I would say if the comp, I'm not sure if they're going to keep running the men after, if they're going to go to do round two, but if they finish round one and they don't do round two, I'll probably be out in the water training because it's been 2 days that we haven't got it. No, actually, just yesterday that we had we had light wind, and the day before it was pretty strong. But yeah, I'll probably be out there training because I miss guiding.
I think that sounds like a very good idea. No, definitely, but to be able to go out and enjoy the beautiful waters here in Taíba. Hoping to get as we finish off the day, a little quick session, steal someone's gear and get out there myself. It's like you said before, kiting in the bikini or kiting in board shorts, there's just nothing like it.
Yeah, it won't be a problem. It won't be competing, so it would just be for fun and training. So I'll be definitely out there.
All right, so Seb here with another nice turn there from him, 5.3 feet. For the first one. We can see some of the athletes in the riders' tents just chilling, cruising. As we can see some of the food, the Red Bull, everybody's there. And we can see
Camille
Laceran from Switzerland.
Cuckoo.
Hello. She's focused, huh?
She just looks focused. Maybe she didn't see that the women were released for today. But yeah, as you can see, the tide is pretty high. The waves are taking longer and longer to break, and the period in between sets are taking long. So the riders have to be patient to wait for the right wave, and even when you ride in the wave, you have to be patient to do the turn on the right spot. It's not a matter of doing 5 turns. You just have to wait for it to be good enough to do this one good turn, and then you can get the score. You can see them trying to get busy. The wave is pretty close to the beach, but
I mean, if you invent a surfboard with wheels, you could get an extra turn in there.
True.
You could literally get an extra turn. But Seb here, that wave looking nice off the top.
You see, it looks so easy.
It does.
Effortless, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the good guys do, huh? The good guys, the good girls, they make the hard look very, very easy.
Yeah.
And Seb, as you said before, for me, probably one of the best surfers we have on tour. And when he is synced in and locked into those positions, very few people can talk about it.
True. And he has both front side and back side sharp. He's pretty good riding either front side and back side, which is really nice to watch. And as you can see, he's so fluid. It makes it look easy and effortless. He throws the tail, he lands it. It's really nice.
Oh, I can see some wings coming in. I can see some wings coming in. Watch out. Red Bull Brazil in the house. There you go. Oh, here we can see the little one. Future champion.
Yeah, she's so cute. And there you can see the athlete Luisa Neto, also Brazilian, giving an interview for probably a Brazilian TV channel.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the media exposure that this event has had. All of the different channels coming down, being with us, and just seeing as such a huge Brazilian presence. I mean, in the top 10 of the world, you've got 3 or 4 Brazilian flags flying high. And then, of course, the underdogs, that anything can happen. And, you know, one of my favorites out on the water right now, Sebastián Ribeiro. But also, I'm going to say the name from Taíba, Artur Moraes.
True. He was training as well before the comp started, and he did some really good turns. He managed to find the right waves during this light wind period, and I was impressed. I was like, they're putting the comp on for sure, because what he did over there, miracle.
Yeah, no, totally. All right, so more information coming in. Round number 2 of the men is released for today as well. So this is going to be the second to last heat. And I'm going to say that is a very good call from our race director, because let's not forget that round number 2 is an elimination round.
True.
So that means if you lose, you are out of the competitions, and definitely conditions on the smaller side. So that means that, yeah, we will be able to continue on, but 2 more heats to go.
Yeah, that happened to me once when I was competing in Morocco. I was in first round. The wind was super light, and unfortunately, the call was to keep the comp going. So I actually lost my first heat on the first round and ended up on the second round, which is elimination round. And the wind was still super light. And I ended up losing as well, so that was a bummer. So I guess it was the right call as well. Since we have the title in the game, it's definitely the right decision.
Yeah, and let's go have a look at the overall standings, because Sebastián Ribeiro is also one of the contenders for that World Championship title, because Seb only has competing in 2 events, and he has 1,470 points. So if he gets a good result here in Brazil and things happen, he is in that title race, because he has done so well in those 2 competitions. He was 4th in Cape Verde, 3rd in Dakar. So anything can happen. And I think for all of the planets to align and come down to that final event where you have 5 guys looking for that title, and I mean, with numbers like that, this is why this guy is hungry.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting less from Sebastián. He's pretty in tune with the waves here. So fluid. Look at that. Look at that style. He's been waiting for the good waves. He's been reading the waves so nicely. He waits for the... Oh, that was really good. He's been waiting for the right moment to hit it, and yeah, he's putting a great show.
Yeah, 6.17.
Maybe the best score so far? I think so.
I have a feeling it is. I'm just going to check, because it was an 11.23 from Hendrik. So he had a 6.0. So it is definitely the best wave score of the competition. And now just waiting for his overall score to come up one more time, because I have a feeling that he is also going to be the best heat of the day as well. There we can see Machu Lopez packing up. Svetlana, our photographer, making sure she gets the gold.
Yeah, it's been good to watch this heat. I love watching the guys reaping, and Sebastián's been doing that.
All right, so yes, it is the best combination heat. So a 11.50. So it is going to be Sebastián Ribeiro, the top dog of the day so far, with 1 more heat to go. Alex, nice backside turn there for him. But unfortunately coming down on the inside, just over 5 minutes to go, with 1 more heat, where we will see our current ranked number 1, Ayrton Cozzolino, coming in the water with Artur Moraes. I'm going to say the local Taíba hero, and of course Wellington Carmo as well. So 2 Brazilians, 1 Italian / Cape Verdean to close out the second day here.
Yeah, Sebastian's keeping himself busy. Always looking for the right waves, right, like good size, making more than one turn.
Oh.
Boom.
I mean, it's like he's got glue.
Yeah, such a stylish rider. I feel like he's in a free session, like a free surf session. Feels like he's not pressured. He's just doing what he knows best. And even though Sebastian's not a local, he comes here very often. He does coaching clinics here. He brings groups and he coaches them. So I think he's pretty used to the wave. And like I said, he has a lot of techniques and
he stays on the wave. I always say this about Seb. He never comes out in front of the wave because he has a kite.
Yeah.
He is always right on the wave as if he was surfing without it. But what he does is he improves his surfing ability because he puts the kite right in the correct place at the right moment to get that extra power. Hence why he's one of the best in the world.
Oh, that was a good backside turn. Very vertical. I like that. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough speed and control to hit the last part, but
7.23 boom shakalaka from Sebastian. So the best wave of the competition and the best combination score, proving he is the man to beat so far.
I wouldn't be surprised if the comp ends being full wave riding if Sebastian wins this event, because he's actually really in tune with the waves here.
Ah, there we go. Hola, 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 hola. Future champions coming down to watch us.
Yeah, a lot of cute kiddos at the beach.
All right, Seb, replay here. Boom, off the top. Look at that. Could spin. Holds it together, goes down, crouching tiger. Loops that kite around one more time, little foam climb. Your best score so far of the day. 2.5 minutes to go. Round number 1 of the men.
The beach is pretty full. And I want to see more people coming to the beach. Se você é brasileiro e tá aqui pelo Ceará, vem aqui na Taíba conferir o campeonato. A programação tá muito maneira. Tem várias coisas acontecendo. Hoje vai rolar um cinema ao vivo aqui na área do campeonato, então vale a pena vir conferir, além do show de kitesurf que vai ser nos próximos dias, então vem pra praia. E se você não tá por aqui também, continua assistindo, porque vocês vão ver o campeão mundial de kitesurf ser coroado nos próximos dias.
Exactly, and we're hoping that that world champion could be Brazilian as well. That's all I caught of that. All right, 90 seconds to go. I mean, Seb, that is an amazing score already. And in these conditions, to get a 7, he is definitely proving... I mean, Seb knows that he has to get the best result possible to have the chance of taking that World Championship title, because anything can happen. We have local riders who are so talented here. And then, of course, tomorrow, we are going to have the women going out onto the water and yourself, Sophia, throwing down. Having a look behind him. 1 minute to go. 13.40. All right, dropping in. Sebastian Ribeiro.
He's always choosing the cleaner ways with more wall and more perfect, I would say. And that's
Such a shame.
Yeah. That would have been...
He's smiling. He's smiling.
He's like, I'm having fun here.
Yeah. I always say when the top guys or girls start to smile, that is when they are very dangerous, because you can see they're comfortable, they're in control. There's like, okay, then the real talent starts to show. Yeah. So Sebastian Ribeiro, I think it's safe to say, is going to be going through to round number 3.
Yeah, and I was thinking here, I'm impressed with how many goofy footers we have on this event. Because sometimes when the event is only right-handers, you see more regular surfers, and there are a lot of goofy footers.
Oh, all the way onto the inside. So that is going to be the end of the heats with your heat winner, that man on your screen with a smile, Sebastian Ribeiro. Best wave, best heat, best rider of the day so far, with one more heat to go with your current ranked number one, Ayrton Cosolino, going to be going in the water.
Wow.
And welcome back, everybody, as we are coming to the final heat of your day number 2 here of your GK Kite World Tour event in Taíba, the Layback Kite Fest. In the water, Wellington Carmel, Artur Moraes, your local hero from Taíba, and Ayrton Cosolino, your ranked number 1.
That's going to be a really nice heat.
And one of the things I'm looking forward to see, because of course Ayrton has seen Seb, and he is hungry. He knows he wants to go out of this day on top. Very sporadic, very powerful, very fast. And we can already hear the crowd starting to like that. Here we have Wellington dropping in. This is going to be an action-packed finish.
A local battle with a foreigner. Not just a foreigner, a world champion. So that's going to be nice to watch.
All right, so already first 30 seconds in, and they've already dropped waves. There we can see the family and your winner of that previous heat, Sebastian Ribeiro. A little bit of water, of course. Hydration is very important out there. Or is that the secret sauce? You never know. We will see if she's going to be a future kite surfing champion herself. I am very sure she will be.
With a family of kite surfers, it's hard not to.
Yeah. Ayrton here. Quite a narrow board, your gong athletes.
Feels like the wind was actually strong because it had so much power.
All right, let's have a little look-see of the numbers that are going to be coming down for that one. 5.83.
Wow.
5.83 straight off of the bat. So good first wave there for Ayrton. Let's not forget Seb was a 7.23, if my memory serves me right. So Ayrton already showing that he is in control here so far. Artur Moraes, been watching this guy warm up, and this guy has a surfing style.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
Big hits.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. He was riding so good. That's impressive. Throwing his tail in a lot of water.
And he has been pushing in the light winds for this competition to happen. He knows this break. This is his home break. And we've been seeing him throwing some big moves. There is the second wave here from Ayrton Cosolino. I can feel the energy from here. But this man here, Artur Moraes, crouching down, very similar to Sebastian. You can see these guys are surfers. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and Wellington has a 5.17. He started off with a good score as well. So I think we're gonna have big numbers on this heat. Last heat of the day.
Ayrton already with a 10.16, so right up there with the top athletes of the day. and looking to improve as he is going to be hunting down Sebastian's score. Plenty of time. And you can see the crowd getting behind him. But one thing we know for sure, as soon as Artur gets out there on a wave, you can start to hear the local vibe down here on the beach.
Yeah, we can hear them. Even though we have headphones on, we can still hear them. They're pretty loud. Wow, okay, so I think this is the best heat regarding scores. They're all starting with over 5 points.
Wellington with a very nice style as well, laying back, quite a tall athlete, pushing against those fins, driving through those turns. And Artur Moraes, a 6.0 for that first wave. So a 6.0 there for Moraes. As we have a battle on our hands, I can tell you that.
And even though the wind is stronger than earlier, they're still choosing to run at the beach to go upwind instead of trying to kite upwind.
Ayrton, this is looking like a nicer wave. Has a bit of a phase 2 foam climbs. Can he get a finisher here on the inside? Now it starts to jack up. Has a little look back. Just not getting the top.
You know what? Did you see that he looked back really fast? I think when he looked back, he lost the timing of that last turn because he had to be really fast.
Oh, Artur! And you can hear it. We're going to replay of that wave because I think that's what Ayrton was looking back at because he could hear the crowd getting behind Artur with that last wave. 6.0 for the first one. And we'll get a replay of that second wave from Artur Moraes. But right now, it is Ayrton Cosolino with an 11.06, your current heat leader.
Yeah, I was sure that this was gonna be one of the best heats to watch. If we have to, okay, we're gonna have the replay. That's Ayrton's last wave. Escalating, trying to do the most out of it. You see, he looked back and then he lost the time to hit it in the right spot. Even though he made it, he could have done a bigger turn.
Let's see if we can get the replay of the green Lycra Artur Moraes, as it looks like it is going. Here we go. All right. Now we're talking. This is the wave where we could hear the beach going crazy. Boom! Releasing that tail, pushing all the way against it, and waiting for scores to come in on that one.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Boom!
Wow.
Okay, now this is going to be interesting. Let's not forget, highest score from Seb is 7.23. You can hear the beach is starting to go crazy down there. Artur Moraes, technicality.
Already.
8.0 for that previous one. 8.0 for that previous one down there. And look at this wave. Boom, off the top, 360. So clean.
Wow. Throwing that tail and even being able to do this last turn. Wow, that was a really good ride from him.
14.0. Best wave, best heat of the competition. And I'm going to say it, well deserved.
Wow. I'm impressed here because they're putting a great show for us.
All right, Ayrton is being told where he is so far. Artur at the moment in the commanding position with that 8.0 and a 6.0.
And guys, don't forget that the wind is pretty light and the conditions are really hard and they're actually ripping out there in those hard conditions.
Green Lycra. Prioridade. Green Lycra. We're missing every wave. All right, Wellington Camo here. As there it is, going to be dropping down. Artur Moraes, your current leader, with a 16.20. With that 8.20 and an 8.0.
You see that he did a variety of maneuvers. He did a 360 and then he went for the turn and then he went for the last turn, finishing off huge, and he got this big score.
All right, Ayrton coming back in. Here we can see Wellington here. Nice carving turn. Open shoulders, throwing it around, just getting caught up there on that bottom turn.
Wow, they're staying busy. I don't know if they're choosing better ways or if the waves are coming more in now. I don't know, but they're choosing pretty good waves.
It looks like there's a little bit more of the push. I agree with you, Sophia. It looks like there's a little bit more motion, a little bit more energy out there. But hey, local boy in the water. Maybe
True.
maybe he asked for it.
Wow, that's a good one.
Oh, such a shame.
No,
That was so nice.
that was such a clean wall. I was hoping for like a huge turn.
Yeah, you
See
could
there?
see
Like
he exited really nice, but just caught the nose. That would have been a great finisher. As I mean, action left, right, and center, and all the way around in this heat. Artur Marias 8 and an 8.20, proving he is top dog of the competition so far.
local hero. You can see the crowd cheering. Another good turn. Wow, he's in sync with the ocean.
Here we go, finisher off the top.
Wow.
Boom! Ah, you can hear the whistles. You can hear the vibe that is down here on the beach. This is what we want to see. Artur Marias 16.20.
Such an impressive ride for him, but I'm not surprised. I'm definitely not surprised.
He's just in control every single moment.
I feel like
Control.
he's doing the same thing as you said Seb does, which is stay close to the wave. He doesn't open the bottom turn that much, so he's always in the strong part of the wave.
Ayrton, powerful, 3 big hacks. Let's not forget Ayrton Cosolino, your current world #1 here of the 2025 season. If this man wins the event, he becomes world champion. He has a lot of people hunting him down. But look at that. Beautiful layback, handbrake, carving turn. As he is pushing every ounce of power out of that board.
Yeah, the pressure is on. Local boy's not letting it easy for him. That's for sure.
Oh, style!
Wow. Wow.
That is beautiful. I mean, look at everybody here on the beach. I'll tell you what, I'm a fan. I am a fan. Artur Marias is putting on a show out here. And just to have that confidence, he is up against, let's not forget, Ayrton Cosolino. He is up against one of the most influential kite surfers of all time. And he is calm and he is throwing down.
Yeah, I felt like in the beginning I could feel he was a bit tense and not pushing too hard, but since he got the biggest scores and he has a little bit of distance from the other riders regarding to scores, I feel like he's losing up a little and just surfing his best surf.
So beautiful.
So.
I mean, if this guy pushes any harder, he's going to get 2 10s.
Well, I'm excited to see what that score is gonna be.
All right, 8.33. 8.33. He's improved his scores yet again. Artur Marias, absolute blinder of a heat out here right now. 3.5 minutes to go. Here we have Wellington Carmo coming in.
And Ayrton also improved his last score. He has a 7.2. So he's in the game.
Yeah, Ayrton, I mean, we knew Ayrton was going to be getting those top scores. Ayrton would go, now the freestyle action starts to come in. Ayrton, he has that 13. It's very similar to the score of Sebastian. So your top 3 athletes so far, Sebastian, Artur Marias, and Ayrton Cosolino. But Artur, 3 points plus ahead of anybody else.
Yeah. I love that carve they do, throwing lots of water, but using the rail of the board. I really like it.
All right, Artur, having a little look-see. Little peekaboo. Yep, It does look like he might be engaging, going against it, having a look and waiting for his sets. I mean, he's in a very comfortable position.
He is.
8.33, 8.20. Highest scoring wave.
In 2 minutes in kite surfing, there's a lot you can do. So it's not the end until it is the end. So
Yeah, it ain't over until the buzzer. Ayrton with a 7.20. 5.83.
we know Ayrton can do a lot of things there and can make the game change. So let's wait and see.
I love it. I love the story. Local hero coming in and absolutely putting a whirlwind into the mix. Ayrton Cosolino, as you say, he is not shy to going for those final moments. And if there is anybody who can pull the ace of spades out of his sleeve when you least expect it, it is that man there. Oh, that looks like maybe a set's coming our way.
Yeah, looks like it. There's some movement over there. We'll see who's gonna get it and perform the best.
Signing against it. All right, we're going to have Wellington dropping in. Here we go. Just coming up on those final 60 seconds here, the second day of competition.
And let's not forget, this might be the last heat of the day, but tomorrow we're gonna have more action and the day after as well.
Nice air there as well, getting the fins completely out of the water, as that is going to be probably his final wave with 45 seconds left to go. Let's see if either Artur or Ayrton dropping in. Oh,
That was a clean wave. That was really nice reading.
all right, Artur, here we go. I can see Ayrton's kite here on the inside.
20 seconds to go. Still looking for something. We can see him trying to get another wave.
I'm going to call it. I tell you what, this man here has thrown it down, and it is going to be Artur Moraes who takes the win of this heat with a 16.53. Parabéns, what an absolute shocker.
Yeah.
Congratulations to him.
Wow, that was a really great performance from Artur. I'm impressed. And I'm really excited for him. Local boy, putting up a show for our local people, friends and family, and all of us, because we're all impressed.
Yeah, and we can see here everybody on the beach going and continuing and just congratulating. It's not every day you take out Ayrton Cosolino, and it's not every day you put on a performance like we saw there from Artur Moraes. Local boy, local hero. And I tell you what, that hero is going higher and higher. What an amazing heat. And here we can see everybody joining him down here. And just general great vibes and shackers in the air. Artur Moraes, your best score, best heat, best wave, best everything of the second day of competition.
He must be pretty stoked with his performance.
All right, well, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. That is the final heat of the day with that young man there from Taíba, from Brazil, Artur Moraes, taking the win of the final heat and getting the best score of the competition. I'm Josie Asher, and thank you very much, Sophia, for joining me here in the booth.
Thank you.
And it has been an amazing day of action as we are going to be closing it out. We continue out here tomorrow, day number 3. Thank you very much. Until tomorrow.
Existem destinos que você escolhe e existem lugares que acolhem você. São Gonçalo do Amarante, localizada no litoral oeste do Ceará, pertinho de Fortaleza, é um paraíso hospitaleiro reconhecido pelo melhor da sua culinária, pela bela praia do Pecém, da Colônia e da Taíba, pela prática de esportes radicais e com o melhor lugar para apreciar o pôr do sol. Nessas férias, descubra São Gonçalo.